So, good afternoon, class, and how are you today? Today, I'm going to talk about one of the sociolinguistic journal titled The Multilingual Profile and its Impact on Identity. So, at first, I'm going to talk about the study background, and then the problem of the study aims to address, and then the methodology and the framework used, and then the findings, and then my opinion about the article, and lastly the conclusion with the questions for the class. Okay, so first the introduction. The article titled "The Multilingual Profile and Its Impact on Identity: Approaching the Difference Multilingualism and Multilingual Identity on or Linguistic Identity" is a research article that published in 20 of May 2023 by a publisher named Elsevier Ltd. The research is about analyzing how multilingual profile of individuals influence their self-concept or their self-identity. Uh, The paper also reviews other disciplines as well to help the researchers identify the identity concepts and their applicability to linguistic research, aiming to fill the research gap caused by the lack of standardized examination method for linguistic identity. The research aims to describe theoretical aspects of modeling linguistic identity and to provide standardized methodology that can be used in the future research, and to also to capture what was identified as a linguistic identity and by using the example of Khoi minority that lives around three nations, that is Thailand, uh, Laos, and Cambodia. Okay, so for the study background, this research is created because the lack of standardized examination method for linguistic identity. The reason for this is because the term identity is generally used without examining its usefulness for the linguistic context. Many articles and research publications use this term uh, only in rudimentary form, or what should I say, as undeveloped form in many research. Therefore, this research is created to fill that gap and understanding more about the term of linguistic identity. By using example of Khoi minority in Thailand, the research analyzed development of Khoi people minority in developing their multilingual identity. Since because they live in three nations that I already talked about, that is Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos, which but three of them are different in both social and cultural. So the research is try to analyze the development of Khoi people minority in developing their multilingual identity who speak Khoi and at the same time also speak three other languages as their first language, or what I call mother of tongue. Okay, next is problem study aims to address also I call the objective of the study. The objective of the study is to describe theoretical aspects of the modeling of linguistic identity and to provide a standardized method that can be used to capture what was identified as linguistic identity by using the example of community. To fulfill the gap regarding the concept of linguistic identity, the research examine how can linguistic identity can be defined and how this linguistic identity be approached methodically. Since, as I talked about before, that the research conduct is doing this research is because the lack of standardized methodology, since the methodology is only in rudimentary form or in developed form. That's why the research since the idea of linguistic identity is abstract, the author suggests that the different disciplines have to be applied for answering the questions about the methodology. Although there are already some approaches being made to the author's understanding, of course, there's no standardized method for examining the linguistic identity. Therefore, this research is conducted to find the standardized method. Okay, next is methodology and framework used. Methodologies for the research include both qualitative and quantitative data. Since the author wants to use multiple disciplines for finding what they want. Okay, the research include both qualitative and quantitative data gathering for the research with different functions. Qualitative, like interviews, group discussion, and field observation, provide valuable insights into daily behavior, while the quantitative approach is used to gather the metadata such as age, sex, and other different elements, and to provide additional data for and also to provide an additional data for stereotypes, awareness, and each other. Then, for the framework used in the study is called ethnomethodology to observe the rituals and practices Kui people do in everyday life, with the awareness and reflection of the speaker of the or the quiz people. The research also include both individual biographical and social group to, to deepen the understanding. So, next is findings. The first, the first finding is about the first language and mother tongue. The research found that the first language of Kui people could be considered as unclear since the people of Kui doesn't even know what mother tongue is concept is. Since the research is actually asked them about what is your first mother tongue or your first language, they still confused about these terms or about this jargon. That is why one of our findings is that Kui themselves once called Thai as their first language of their mother tongue sometimes, while at the other time they called Kui as their mother tongue. By this finding, the research concludes that the term of mother tongue in Kui's people's mind will remain unclear and misunderstanding. Therefore, it is called abstract. Second, language competencies, language use, and language choice in language context. From the second finding, the research found that some Kui people can talk in their own language, but they also aware that some of them cannot speak that language. But the people who cannot, even though some people cannot speak in their Kui's language, they still consider themselves as Kui people, which means it does not disturb them for being identified themselves as a Kuis ethnic. For language use, Kui people prefer to speak in a certain language, not caused by how strong the chosen language is from the other, but they choose that later in social context. For example, they live between three nations around the border. For example, if they want to talk to Thai people, of course they will use the Thai. Or another example is if they want to talk to Cambodian people, they will also the Khmer, uh, the Khmer language. Therefore, they use these different language in different social contexts to speak with other people. The third is language awareness. In the third finding, the research found that Kui people also recognized that their language would become extinct. Many of them tried to preserve and maintaining the language by doing the rituals and their traditional cultural practices. Even though they try to save their language from disappearing, seems that they have no conflict with other language as well, which conclude that both tradition of Quiz people and other languages around them uh, still exist at the same time without any conflict or without the Quiz people choosing between one of them. Lastly, my opinion about the article. In my opinion, the article provides information theories and their findings freely and academically. The way the researchers use different methods to establish an standardized method for linguistic identity by using different disciplines to help them is one of the advantages from this study. Although at the same time, since the beginning they try to establish a clear and standardized method, in my opinion, this is my only opinion, is that a standardized seems uh, weakened to me because the participants of the research even doesn't understand the terms of what mother tongue is. which means the clear and standardized method for linguistic identity remains unclear and abstract for the time being, and needs further research to make the system works flawlessly. Therefore, but overall, the study is good. Next is conclusion. The research titled "The Multilingual Profile and Its Impact on Identity: Approaching the Difference Between Multilingualism and Multilingual Identity or Linguistic Identity" is a study about analyzing how multilingual profile influence a person's identity concept. The lack the lack of standardized method for linguistic identity has moved this research to find what is the best method to identify what is linguistic identity. From quiz people find from the quiz people from this research from the quiz people finding, we can conclude that identity is rather complex and sometimes abstract. Even the people who can speak that language still consider themselves as Kui. The research also found that Kui people also recognize their language about to get extinct and try to save them, but at the same time they also can speak Thai and make both they can speak Thai and make both of them did not compete against each other, and therefore makes the language exist at the same time. The research has contributed to the understanding of linguistic identity, and someday there will be a clear and standardized method for linguistic identity in the further research. And then for the question, number one, based from the research before that I already talked about, do you agree that identity is an abstract form and it is really hard to identify since it is basically personal for the people who bear it? Second, what is the reason why Kui people did not consider their tradition and language are more superior than the language around them? Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.